Hi, welcome to Sochi. This Inside Edge is brought to you by Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual believes there's always a chance to come back and rise. I'm Laura Oakman. This is Michelle Kwan and Peter Schrager. We are talking men's figure skating. If Michelle can compose herself in her heart right now to talk about it. Hanyu fell twice. So by the time three-time world champion Patrick Chan hit the ice, I'm assuming everybody in that ring thought it's his. Done deal. What happened that did not happen?
Tonight was sort of painful watching because there were so many mistakes throughout the whole competition. There was not one clean program with 24 skaters. And then it came down to Patrick Chan. The medal, the gold medal was right there. He could afford probably 2 mistakes and still beat Yuzuru Hanyu. And it was painful to watch because I know for the rest of his life he'll be going, well, if I didn't mess up on that double axel, if I didn't mess up on that quadruple, if I didn't do, it just, he wasn't able to pull it together.
How do you know that? So, because you weren't just talking about how it affected him when you sat down, it was more of why that hurt you, that you really understood.
Well, I think it's painful for every former Olympian. I know you never say former, but just watching and knowing that they've worked so many years, blood, sweat, and tears for this one moment. And you'll look back and say, you'll pick it apart. You'll say like, oh, that was a little off. That was a little off. But I know Patrick. Patrick's very, very young, early 20s. I know that, another Olympics might be in his future.
I love, you notice that she says they and you. There was no we or me or I in there, but I know that was the experience sitting and watching with Michelle tonight. Biggest takeaway you got from that was what?
Hanyu winning was sort of, I cover the NFL, it sort of felt like an 8-8 team losing the final 2 regular season games and then clinching the playoff berth because everyone else lost in those weeks. That's how it felt. It didn't feel like an Olympic gold medal night. And 2 nights ago at the pair skating, everyone did so fantastic, and it felt like the Olympic spirit in the room, and every country brought their best. Both in the short and in the free skate, the men, they just didn't bring it. And my big takeaway is going to be what could have been. Because Evan Lysacek, the defending champion, could not compete because of injury, withdrew in December. He would have won these Olympics. He would have won gold if he was healthy. Beyond him, Evgeny Pashenko, he withdrew last night before going on for the short program, hurt his back, said, I can't go. He probably could have won as well. Those are the 2 great champions from 2010 in Vancouver. Both of them, the door was open. I think both of them, clutch, veteran presences, could have won tonight.
You also, go ahead.
When Yuzuru Hanyu finished his long program on the ice, and he struck his pose, and you could sense that he's like, I just lost it. I'm not going to win. And he gets off the ice, waits for a score, and he's like, is it good enough to win? Is it good enough to win? But 2 major mistakes, that's not really.
For Patrick Chan, the Canadian, you talk about the Boston Red Sox and the curse of the Bambino. There's a curse with these Canadian men's skaters, and whether it's Stoico or Browning, and now you add Chan to the conversation, they have still yet to win gold. It was in his hands. He had it. He just had to skate clean, and he couldn't do it. And it's always disappointing to see someone on the biggest of stages come up short, and that's what we had tonight.
Interesting, because Jason Brown, Jeremy Abbott have not come up in this conversation, but they have not been in this conversation. What's going on right now with America's skaters? Jason finishing 9th, Jeremy finishing 12th.
Jeremy Abbott was actually incredibly,
very composed
clean.
tonight.
Yeah, he was clean.
First time in his 3 appearances.
Yes, well, he opened up with a triple toe, which normally is a quadruple, but because of the fall on Thursday, he might have opted out to just have a clean performance and not try the quadruple. I think he was great. He probably didn't finish in the placement that he wanted to, but I think with the bad skate in the team competition, the bad skate in the short program, to finish on that note, I think is a good way to finish his career.
Jason Brown, 19 years old, really had no expectations. There was no lofty talk or any previews that he was going to be in the medal contention, and there he was, the final skater of the men's Olympic event, and he had a shot to win bronze tonight. He didn't, and that's okay, and it was such a great moment. They shot to him afterwards. The cameras got him, and he was smiling. He finished top 10. So everyone's got their own personal expectations and goals. I am sure Jason Brown's goal coming to these Olympics was, I'll take top 10, I'll sign for it. Where do I sign? He did that. The future's bright. Look, everyone's going to say, what's wrong with American skating? 9th and 12th. You've got a 19-year-old on the biggest of stages who stepped up, looked good for not only 2 nights, but also in the team skate competition. I think we're looking pretty pretty good in the future with Jason Brown.
Love that. Thank you guys for the insight, and thank you for watching. That's going to do it for this Inside Edge, which has been brought to you by Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual believes there's always a chance to come back and rise.